Welcome to Werks. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please like, subscribe, and comment. Today's video is part 1 on leveling the Grizzly G0768 benchtop lathe. This is not a hard process, but it is time consuming to perform correctly. The tools you need are a calibrated precision machinist level, matched 1-2-3 blocks, assorted wrenches and sockets, and I used a cheap set of automotive feeler gauges for shims. Always put safety first and make sure to disconnect the lathe from the electrical source when working on it. You must have everything clean, I mean really clean. Any dirt, chips, or foreign material will keep you from getting the bed level and the twist removed from the bed. If your lathe is not level, you will not be able to cut straight and will end up cutting a taper on your work. The end goal is to cut with no taper. It can be done on this lathe, but it depends on how much effort you want to put in. A thousandths or 2 6 inches on this lathe may be acceptable to you. It all depends on the class of work you want to do. If you get it within a few tenths of a thousandths in 6 inches, pat yourself on the back and go have a cold one. I started by cleaning the bed near the headstock and the 1-2-3 blocks, and then I placed them on the flat surface of the bedways. Here you can see the bubble in the level. I then took down that leveling setup and began to set up on the tailstock end of the lathe. I cleaned everything again, the lathe bed, the 1-2-3 blocks, and the level. Once I had finished the setup, I then took a reading from the level and recorded it. Here's a view of the level, and you can see how far off the bubble is from the headstock side of the lathe. I took apart the feeler gauges and took a guess as to what size to use. I did use the 10 thousandths plate and placed it between the level and the 1-2-3 blocks. I did this just to get close to the size I needed to shim the bed. Looking at the level bubble, you can see I got close. It wasn't perfect, I was just looking to get close and make the job less time consuming. At this point, I removed the level setup and proceeded to loosen up the lathe from the bench so that I could place the shims between the bench and the lathe. I took apart the feeler gauges to get the blade I wanted to start with. Once I placed the shim in between the bench and the lathe, I began to tighten the lathe back down onto the bench. At this point, I cleaned and reset up the 1-2-3 blocks and level to see what the reading was and recorded. Looking at the bubble, you can see the lathe untwisted a little. I tore down that setup and cleaned and reset up everything next to the headstock. Looking at the bubble, it still wasn't level and I needed to repeat the process again. I did need to repeat this process 3 times, but I got the lathe level, and you can see the reading in these last 2 views of the bubble. I did this as I was assembling the lathe and cleaning. Don't skip the cleaning step. The manufacturers use a lapping compound grit to lap in the ways, and don't completely clean the lapping compound from the lathe. This is not a high dollar, high precision lathe, so some shortcuts are needed to keep the cost down. I understand this and have gained a lot of knowledge from tearing the lathe down and reassembling and adjusting as I went along. I strongly recommend doing this if you have the needed skills or are willing to take the time and learn those skills. As my old tool and die maker teacher would say, the devil loves a coward. Just do it and learn. Remember, safety first, last, and always.
Thank you for watching Werks, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos, and comment. Thanks again.